Good morning, Randy. November 5, India, Lima, Quebec. Every POTA day is a great day, and today I'm at US 11222. Just finished a short activation on 30 meters, and I've never been down the trail here at Stinchcomb, and it's such a beautiful day. I thought, well, shoot, I need to go ahead and get down there, talk about POTA, talk about the radio and stuff. So here I go. There's a little, if you'll see there's a gate to keep all the vehicles out. And then there's a little opening over here to walk through. I got to look around while I'm walking down the trail here. I've heard reports of bobcat. You know, they're fairly small, so I don't think they'd hurt me. But you never know, right? I put out a video last night. It wasn't me, it was AI Randy. And man, he sure did do a good job. He's so much more eloquent and talks real good, you know. Wonder where that. Oh, it's a monument of some sort. Stinchcomb Wildlife Refuge Monument dedicated to Lee and Sarah. I don't know if you can see it there. Lee and Sarah Stinchcomb, 89ers by their children. So that's nice. I never noticed that before. Back on the trail. Anyway, it was kind of a public service announcement kind of thing, PSA. Just talking about POTA. Of course, it was scripted, and I used ChatGPT to write the script. But it was about POTA, and it was a likeness of me. And AI Randy was very eloquent, had all the right inflections and everything. And I got a few comments from some of my subscribers that it was a good thing, at least what the content was. They didn't comment about the AI Randy, but like I said, AI Randy did a better job of getting the story across, getting the speech across. So I thought, well, shoot, I can do that. This is real Randy, by the way, not AI Randy. I can walk down the trail and talk about the trail, trying to find good places to set up. As I walk by them, you can kind of see there's small areas to set off the side of the trail, no big openings, but small areas to. I did bring my chair in case we find a good spot that I can set up and stop and talk a little bit. A lot of bicyclists. Ow. It's kind of rugged. A lot of bicyclists come down here. Such a beautiful morning. I hate to miss it. Well, let's see. I'm walking about 6 minutes. And right so far, it's just been a long trail. Let's see if I can extend this out. Yeah, that's as far as it'll go. You can see more of the trail behind me as we walk by it. Much of the same in front too. Hopefully this microphone's working good. Shows that it's on. Anyway, I'll try to do more PSAs like this. They're easy to do because they're short and doesn't require a bunch of editing. The CW activations that I do that I put on the air. Oh, it's some mud right here. Let me get over. Takes a while because I stay on there for an hour, 2 hours sometime. But the real work is back at the home QTH, doing editing and uploading and the like. And that's the part that takes a lot of work. Boy, this got a pretty little tree right here. I don't know what it is. You can see the little red berries on it. It's neat. My wife would love to see that. You have to take a picture of it on my way back and go to PlantNet and see what kind of tree that is. They're all along here. They may be invasive. I don't know. We're real close to the airport here. It's a little Wiley Post Airport. So there's always a lot of airplanes taking off and buzzing over us while I'm doing an activation here. But it's fun. I like to. They're enjoying the beautiful weather too. All right, we got a little bit of a bend here. To the south of me is I don't know if you call it a lake or a bog or what you call it. Ideal for wildlife, I guess. As I walk by them, and you'll see them when I walk by, there's a lot of down trees, which are great for wildlife to make their houses where they live. I guess if you pulled them up, all kinds of little critters would come out of there. Okay, we're at a bend now, and there is a little opening here. Well, not great. Not a big opening, but just a little bit wider. You see it behind me as I walk by. I have no idea how long this trail is. I don't know if it's, oh, that's neat. Right down there, there's a little bit of a trail. I don't know if it's a water runoff, but down there you can see some water. It must be a little creek or something. More of the same ahead. Anyway, I don't know what kind of content that I would want to do on a PSA like I was talking about. I could do POTA or I could do ham radio. I'm not really an expert in anything as far as radio goes. I just get out and do it, you know. A lot of trial and error, lots of errors, lots of errors. And hopefully I'm learning from them. Been a ham radio operator for 45 years. I was out of the business for about probably 35 of those years. Marriage, kids, work got in the way, you know, and got back in around 2016, 2017. Had a knee replacement, so I was laid up for a while. And for one reason or another, I would not be able to get to sleep at night. So I'd go in on my iPad at night, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I used a online tool. There's another opening down to the lake. See if I can get it in. There we go. I don't know if you can see the water down there or not. Yeah. So there's several of those. I'm thinking it was Ham Test Online. That's what I used. It taught theory. It tested you, and it was just very, very easy. for me. So I went from a novice to a general, passed the test. The guys, the VEs asked me to go ahead and take the X for a while I'm here. And I didn't do it. I wasn't confident in it. So 2 years later, I had another knee surgery. I had the other knee replaced. And I've got new knees on me right now. I can do this kind of walk where 10 years ago I couldn't do it. So again, I was laid up at home. Said, I'll go ahead and renew my subscription to Ham Test Online and see if you can see the airplane there. No, I can't see it either. And studied for my extra and passed it, and really got into doing ham. I got into digital FT8 and FT4, a little bit of Hellschreiber, and got into digital, and did that for probably a year or so using my little Xiegu G90. Of course, it didn't put out much, so of course you don't need a whole lot with FT8. But anyway, one thing led to another, and I found POTA. I got on the YouTube, was watching Ham Radio 2.0 with Jason, and that's what got me interested in POTA, because he had videos about POTA, and found more videos like Michael KB9 BBR and K at MRD Mike. He was kind of in his infancy stages of YouTube at that point. He really got into it heavy after that. But watch those videos, and man, I got the bug. I got the bug bad. And at that point, I was still just doing FT8. So I did FT8 at 10 Killer State Park, my very first POTA 4 years ago. Loved it, fell in love. Oh my gosh, there's more of the same coming up here. Scenery's not changing a bit. I guess you could set up right there. So there's a lot of small little areas that you could set up. Maybe put a vertical up, I guess. I don't know. I mean, there's trees everywhere. You could put a infed up in the trees or vertical wire up into the trees with a mast. I'd hate to have to cart too much equipment down here, but that little ham radio dude antenna or a mast would be ideal down here. Probably 0 on the RF interference. All right, I digressed. So I did 2 FT8 activations, one at Lake 10 Killer State Park, and then one up in El Dorado State Park up in Kansas. So, it was a cold, drizzly day. My wife went with me. We got her done, though. Then I joined CW Ops and had a really good instructor. I'm sorry, I can't remember his name or his call sign. But I did the second level, not the beginning, but the second level CW Ops. And that's what gave me the courage or incentive to go ahead and do CW. And so I went to Lake Thunderbird State Park and just outside of Norman, Oklahoma, and did my first CW activation and fell in love with CW all over again. As a novice, that's all I could do. So CW, I was slow, only about 13, 14 words a minute. Started watching more of Thomas K4SWL's videos and really got the incentive to do CW activations. And for that point, it's been probably 90% of my activations are CW. Just recently, within the last year, I started to do more sideband. And I was never a sideband guy. All through the years, I was never a sideband guy. And so I did that and fell in love with that too. So now I try to do some sideband, especially when Paul KJ5 GKK Golf Kilo Kilo, the Southern Ham, gets on. I got to go looking for him. I got to go catch him on the air. I've tried Michael KB9 VBR, but I never have been able to get him. I don't think I've ever made a contact with him. Not that I've tried. Not that I haven't tried. All right. Well, this old man is starting to wind down. This trail goes on more and more of the same. More and more of the same. I haven't found one opening along here at all that's worth what I would like to do. Set up a vertical, and be nice to set up a POTA performer. But I just haven't seen a good place to do that. Not an ideal place anyway. Okay, how long have I been doing this? 16 minutes. A little bit longer than what I was hoping for. Anyway, all this is kind of a test for me, and see if I can do some content, PSA kind of content. Ended up just being a rant about me, which I really don't like to do, but hopefully you'll know me now. All right, I think I'm gonna, well, let's do one more thing. We got one more bend up here, and we'll make the bend and see what's around the bend. Isn't that a song, Around the Bend? Yeah, surprised nobody else is on the trails this morning. There's another couple spots that you could set up. Maybe there's about 10 to 12 feet by 20 or 30 feet. I mean, that might be a spot to set up the POTA performer. Sorry if I'm jiggly here. I bought this cheap gimbal. I'm a cheap guy. Budget ham is what I am. I'm a budget ham. On a budget ham. So I bought this cheap gimbal. Hopefully it's not too jerky and jittery. Okay, making the turn here. Looks like more of the same. Only wildlife I've seen are cardinals. I bet in the spring there's all kinds of birds out here. I did catch a eastern tiger swallowtail butterfly early this or late summer, early fall. That was a beautiful butterfly, yellow and black. Well, it looked like it's more of the same, just the trail headed northwest. It's probably circling the lake. All right, I'm gonna cut it off here. I'll go ahead and hike further in and see if there are any openings. My arm's getting tired, so I don't know how much longer I can hold that up. But I'm going to go ahead and go down and see if there are any openings to set up for POTA. And if there are, I'll take pictures and add them to the video. Thanks a lot for walking along with me. I hope this was enjoyable. It's different from what I usually do. Rob the Maritimer always said, be yourself, be true to yourself. I don't know if this is true to myself, but it's something different, and I enjoy it. Every POTA day is a great day, and today is a beautiful, great day. 73. See you on the air.